Hey guys, this is Jeremy Dutch from Swindoo Hunting. Out in the field here with my boys, doing a little goose and duck hunting here. The thing I want to talk about today is give you guys just a little overview about us, about Swindoo duck hunting and what we're about. We are we love the art of duck calling and goose calling, shooting over decoys, you know, not taking anything really over 40 yards here. And just kind of tell you a little bit about our duck calling style. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube and a lot of things that we think are inaccurate and useless information that we want to kind of correct some of that and just give you guys our style. As far as duck calling goes, I think there's two major things that you need to do. You need to separate what's quacking and what's calling. A lot of times I hear a lot of guys out there that I don't think understand the difference between a calling duck versus a quacking duck. And I'll give you an example. A lot of guys do this. Basically what you're doing there is you're bringing a bunch of quacks together, and that's not really, you know, what a duck sounds like when it calls. So quacking, separate single quacks. Calling is this. Sounds much different than quacking. So when you first start calling, you have to start with the basic quack. But calling at ducks is not putting those quacks together really fast. I hear a lot of people say, you know, that there's a rhythm to duck calling, and there's a rhythm, and it's, you know, 3 blind mice, or you say things into the call, and you don't want to get so programmed that you sound like this. I hear a lot of that all the time. We hear it on some of the outdoor channels, we hear it on YouTube, we hear it at the National Waterfowl Association. Guys all over the place that call ducks like that. That is taking quacks and putting them all together. Much different than calling. So that's the first key. Second key to duck calling is breath control. Now when you hear guys that are talking about say this or say that into the duck call, I hear a lot of people say hoot into the call or say tin into the call to get, you know, pressure in there. What that's forcing you to do by saying a word is it's forcing you to use breath control. Once you get to the point where you've mastered the breath control, I can't tell you what I even say into the call. I guess if I flipped it over, this is what it would sound like. I'm kind of grunting into the call. What you're wanting to do is bring air from your diaphragm up through your vocal cords, which give it the nasty, raspy duck sound. But when you're starting out, you can say things into the call, and that will help you force your breath control. But really, duck calling is about breath control, being able to shut that air off and separate your notes. Make them louder, make them softer, make them longer, make them shorter, make them faster, make them slower. It's all revolved around breath control. And then the third key to duck calling is knowing what a duck sounds like, duck rhythm. And that's, you know, when I say the difference between quacking and calling, if you don't know the difference, go listen to ducks. Go listen to real ducks. A lot of times a hen will do a 5-note, you know, when ducks are coming over, and that's all she'll quack at them is a 5-note. And that's all she'll call. She doesn't throw a whole lot at them. And, you know, you got to be as close to the real thing as possible. Now, you get windy days. We're out in a bluebird day here right now where I'm going to keep duck calling a little bit quiet. It's not going to sound as natural really yelling at them as it would be a windy day. But you got to know what the difference between quacking, calling, and what duck rhythm really is. And everything apart from that is nothing but attention getting. So if you're doing what we do a lot of the times, kind of like a greeting call, we'll put together 10 or 12 notes together to try to get their attention. Once we get their attention, we'll work them just like a normal duck would. And it sounds something like this. That's really our attention getter, or our greeting call. We're trying to get them to see us. Once they see us, Then we're going to do something like this. So that's really what you got to understand is duck rhythm, breath control, and the difference between quacking and calling. So stay tuned. We got hunts from a hunt we did down south. We're going to put a lot more information out there. See you guys next time.